What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Talking Pop Culture. Just another quick heads up. I forgot to plug my microphone in this video. The other three, same thing. I forgot to plug my microphone in. I'm so stupid. So my sound quality is a bit dull. And please, at the end, be sure to let us know what your worst 5 costumes are. Peace.
Welcome back to Talking Pop Culture and another worst 5 here at Talking Pop Culture. And again, I am joined by no other than Johnathan down at Comic Book Cinema. How are you again today, my friend?
I am terrific, man. I can't wait to talk about these terrible comic book movie costumes.
If you haven't done so already, please head over to Comic Book Cinema. I have the descriptions below. Hit subscribe. Go and check out the awesome content that they have over there. It's fun. It's entertaining. I promise you that. So we're going to get into the worst 5 costumes. And I'll let Johnathan kick it off this time with number 5.
Yeah, number 5 for me is going to be Green Lantern. When this is one of those concepts that seemed like a good idea on paper, but when we actually got it on the movie, wasn't that great, especially with the CGI effects that we had at the time. And yeah, even Ryan Reynolds makes jokes about it now in other movies and Deadpool. So just didn't age well, man.
I know CGI was crap, but I didn't mind the costume. And you know what? I actually didn't mind the film as well, because I know a lot of people give crap about the film. I'm one of the minorities that actually like the film. My number 5, and I guess back in this era, it's a bit different. We've got it on Superman Lois. We have I guess you can say it's better. It's an improvement, but Shaq with his steel costume. Oh God. It just looked like some medieval kind of role-playing, I made it in the backyard kind of cosplay, no disrespect to the awesome cosplay people out there, outfit. That's what it looked like to me. I know back in that era, they didn't have much to work with. They didn't really have the CGI, but to me, it just didn't go too well.
You might or might not hear about that one again from me in the future. But for my number 4, I would have to go with, this might be controversial, but Adam West's Batman suit, the cowl, the suit itself, the whatever you want to call it, Speedo down below. I mean, everything about this costume just screams like, homemade, it's like the guy's wearing pantyhose almost. I know that there's a lot of people out there that absolutely love Adam West Batman, and that's cool. That's fine. I'm not taking anything away from the guy or the guy himself or his performance, any of that. Just the costume for me doesn't work.
And it looks like one of those grandma stitched up for you, or one when you go to Target,
exactly.
Or you go to Target and you buy it off the shelf. So then I totally agree, but great show. It's not disrespecting the show. It's just disrespecting the costume.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Batman and Robin, Batgirl's costume design. I don't know if it's just the way her mask fitted, the jawline. I don't know if it was just that, but it had no comic book kind of related thing. It just was woeful. It was, I guess, the debate was Mr. Freeze or Robin or what's her name that played Poison Ivy?
Uma Thurman.
Which costume was the worst? That whole franchise by him there, the Harvey Dent, they were just all woeful. But yeah, at number 4 is Batgirl from Batman and Robin.
You're totally right, by the way. I never thought about that. Or that's something I never really I guess I didn't remember the movie well enough to remember that. But yeah, the way the cowl fit her face, it was like the top part of her head was like really large, and then it just didn't work. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. For me, it's going to be the Fantastic Four costumes from 1994. And that's the worst part about this. When you look at, I actually posted a video of this on TikTok either yesterday or today, but nevertheless, I posted like a little pictures of each one of these in my top 5. And someone commented about the Fantastic Four costumes. They were like, yeah, but that was so long ago. And I was like, well, I don't know how old you are, but This was 1994, and they were like, wait a minute, what? I thought this was from the late 70s, the way the picture looked and the costumes and everything else. It was just totally bad. I mean, obviously, that movie was so bad that Avi Arad, who was a producer on many Marvel films in the early days and even up to this day, but Avi Arad paid to have every single one of the copies of that movie destroyed. And he didn't succeed because, unfortunately, you can still go find this film on YouTube. But yeah, if you get a look at those costumes, they're bad.
I've never seen that one in the 94.
It's rough.
Well, my number 3 is Ryan Reynolds, but it's not going to be his costume in Green Lantern. It's going to be costume in X-Men Origins. The Deadpool and X-Men Origins was a complete utter botch. It was just, what the hell were you doing or thinking? And like you were saying, Ryan Reynolds admitted how bad the CGI was in Green Lantern. He even went in the Deadpool film back in time to kill that Deadpool because it was so freaking bad.
Yeah, I can see that. And the costume choice, if you want to call it that, completely ruined the character of Deadpool. I mean, they sewed his mouth shut. So how can you screw up a character worse than that? For me, number 2 is going to be Bat Nipples. We hinted at Bat Nipples earlier. Bat Nipples it is. And I think if you had to pick the worst Bat Nipple costume out of the Val Kilmer and George Clooney, I'd probably go with George Clooney's. It was just a little bit more like they really leaned hard into that nipple. And then they gave him the silver suits like that came along later in the film. So yeah, man, those were the worst. Totally.
Well, I'm going to just skip over my decision on that because, we're getting close to what my number 1 is. But my number 2 is Catwoman, Halle Berry. It was just nothing like anything. It was just, I guess, made to sell sex appeal. It was made to just kind of get the eyes on the film, made for the wrong kind of reasons. And it was just a botch. The film was a botch. And like I said, the costume was a complete botch. What?
Just for the record, I totally didn't mind seeing Halle Berry in that.
Everyone doesn't mind seeing that.
For me, number 1 to be the one that you briefly mentioned earlier, the Steel costume. I mean, it looks awful. Like you said, homemade. It looks so homemade. I mean, imagine the absolute worst cosplay you could ever possibly imagine, and then make it worse somehow by 100 times. And that's what you have here with Steel's costume. I mean, nothing about the actual Steel in his costume looks real. So that's what I got for number 1, man.
Well, my number 1 is the Bat Nips, George Clooney's Batman. So that's why I didn't want to comment when you said it as your number 2. Yeah, like you said, the silver thing, that was just freaking woeful. I don't think that guy got casted because he was like Man of the Year, I think, that year. You know how they did the top 100 sexiest mans of the year or whatever. And I'm pretty sure I read something. That's why he got probably put as Batman. But that outfit, his jawline, because everyone, when it comes to Batman, you're always judging the jawline and all that as well. And he just didn't have it. But that outfit, getting the nipple fats there, I don't know what the hell Warner Brothers were thinking.
It was Joel Schumacher. I think that was his big idea, to try and make them look like statues of Greek mythology or whatever. But yeah, it doesn't work for Batman. Sorry, Schumacher.
Sorry for everything you caused, mate. Anyway, there we go. That's the worst 5 costumes that we have in comic book movies. If you haven't done so, please head over to Comic Book Cinema. Hit subscribe over there. Check out all the awesome content they have over there. It's entertaining and it's fun. And we'll be back again with another worst 5. Take care, everyone.